Hey guys, May Flom here, and today, together with my ScanNCut, I'm going to make a felt ornament gift card holder. I know it's a lot of words, but I think it's going to turn out super, super cute. And I'm really excited about how I think this is going to work out. So you're going to want some felt. Now, this particular felt that I have is a very inexpensive craft store felt that, I mean, it's hard. Like it would bend. It's not very flexible, and the fibers really don't come off, so it can be used to cut with the ScanNCut very easily all by itself. These two, however, I have put stabilizer on them and left the sheet backing. Why? Well, and you can see it's there. This particular one, I put iron on this one. And the reason I do that is because then it gives me a nice smooth surface that will not stick permanently to the ScanNCut mat, and the fibers will stay there. But the other thing that this does is it helps stiffen up this particularly soft felt. This is a really soft felt. Helps stiffen it up so that the lines will cut better. Because if the material, and I'll give you an example here with some fabric, if I try to put this fabric down without the proper, either the sheet or the proper stabilizer or what have you, it might cut, but then again, depending on the mat and everything, it would be very easy for this to wrinkle. You always want to make sure with any type of fabric or felt that you are preparing it properly for the optimal success in cutting. So these are the three colors. I'm going for kind of a retro look. Next up, I'm going to set these aside and go get out the ScanNCut. I have two pieces of felt. This one is 5 by 3 3/4. This is 5 by 3 1/4. And I may actually drop this one down a little bit more. You can cut basic shapes with felt out of the ScanNCut. I happen to be working with scraps. If you can guess, that was a candy corn from a Halloween project. So in using these scraps, I just realized that I had just about the right size without any scanning or cutting. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with those. And we'll work with the green and the pink felt for our ornament. Now, what I am going to do is go ahead and just cut my felt sheet. And just a tip, I keep these in a drawer, prepped felt drawer, so that when I have projects, I just go into that drawer, pull out whatever color felt it is that works for me, and off we go. And I can put both of these felts on my mat here. This is working with a standard mat, which you want to do. And I'm just setting them wherever they fit, because we don't need full sheets of felt here. And then I'm placing my mat here and loading it. Just making sure everybody looks good. Felt. If the felt starts to come up at a corner, just press it back down. Okay, we are ready to be off and running. I already know what pattern I'm going to in here. And this one down at the corner here's got all the fun holiday stuff. I'm going to pick this ornament because I think this will just be so, so cute. So this is the ornament that I was thinking of. The other ornament that I have that's already, there's two actually, there's two more built-in options. I was looking at this one as well, which actually I'm now looking at the size of my felt and wondering, but no, we're going to stick with the original plan and go with this one. And I think maybe just a tiny bit bigger. Okay, so it's going to be about 4 inches wide by about 4 1/4. And you can see this screen here pulls up the different shapes. We're just going to select one at a time, say set, add, pick the other shape, and it highlights whichever shape it is that you're picking. Add. And then this button right here, we are going to scan in our mat so that we can see where our felt pieces are. And you can see that my ornament will be good here. Whoops. But my little bow needs to come down here. And this ornament, I actually would feel more comfortable if we click Edit, Object Edit, and rotate it. Only because I like to have a little bit of room. And say, okay. I like to have a bit of room around my felt, so I'm going to place it like so. And once we're sure everything's good to go, we're going to select Cut. Now, always check this, especially if you do a lot of vinyl like I do. Half cut is on. And what that means is right here, this little edit button here, we're going to scroll down to half cut and turn it off. because we want this to cut all the way through. Unlike vinyl, with felt, I want it all the way cut through. And then we just press start. Now, if your felt is extra thick, this is the great thing about this DX machine. Well, one of, I should say. It will sense it and run a second time if necessary. I was mentioning the second cut if your felt is thick. You'll watch, this is exactly what it does. It resenses and runs a second time. Once your patterns are cut out, and you can see mine here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to take the backing off of the pink here, and that one's iron-on. Now, you might notice it's a little fuzzy. You've got some options. If you have, every once in a while I'll have it where the felt itself, it's nothing to do with the machine, is most of the time the felt does not do this to me, but if I have an especially fuzzy piece of felt, I'll just go along with my scissors and trim off some of the fuzz, if that's a problem. Like the green one here is perfectly fine. Now I think I do like the top here. And then this is all going to go, the plan here is that this is all going to go, actually I think I'm going to reverse this, so that this is going to go onto here, like so. And so what I'm going to do, these both have iron on, I'm just going to remove the backing. Now this particular one, as you can see, it's going to go slightly over. So all I'm going to do, I've got my iron out here, I'm just not going to iron that part. I'm just not going to press the iron onto the tippy top. Once it is cooled off, my next step, you could do machine sewing if you like, you could leave it if you wanted, you could add glitter glues. I'm gonna get out my embroidery threads and I'm gonna play around with some different colors and some different stitching, just adding on here. So all I'm going to need is to dig out a needle and thread, and I happen to know I've got my little needles right here. So I'm just going to play with a needle and thread and adding some fun stitching around the edges. As you can see, I've started stitching here. I'm just keeping it nice and simple. I've got an outside edge stitch. Now I've just looped some thread around the center here, and then I'm just going to come up kind of underneath. There we go. As you can see, I've been stitching on some little sequins. You don't have to do this, obviously. You can also do it however you would like. I'm just picking out little sequins here. I've got a bunch of little clear and white sequins. And what I'm doing is I'm going up through the felt like so with my needle and just doing a little French knot, which basically all that means, there are separate videos on that, but all it means is you're twisting the thread around the needle a couple times and keep it nice and tight, and then go back in again, keeping it nice and tight under the felt, through the felt, I guess I should say, and pull it through. And you could do this however many or however few times you wanted. You can see it just makes a really cute little knot. Now, as you can see, the back is getting a little busy. I'm not worried about it at all because a gift card holder a gift card's going to go in here. I don't foresee any problems. Now, you can do as little or as much as you would like here. I just decided to go in with some thread and add a few additional little knots here and there without sequins. And once I am all the way satisfied with this, once I feel like all of the pieces are exactly how I want them to be, then I will take this second piece here and line it up and stitch all around the edges, not the top, but the bottom and the side. Your final step is to stitch, as I said, the sides and the bottom. And you can see I've started. You could do this any way you like. I am going to start mine by I'm just kind of doing sort of a back stitch. I say sort of a back stitch because I did stitch in one color, and now I'm going to go through with another color and do every other. So I'm going to fill it in. So almost like candy cane. So it's green and pink, like so, and just go all the way around the side And you will want to just kind of take a peek to make sure you're doing this correctly and easy as can be. So much fun and really such a fun holiday project because it makes any gift card you give so personal, and I just love that about it. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. You can find more on my blog post about this project. And of course, as always, feel free to leave me a comment or shoot me an email if you have requests for future videos or any questions whatsoever. I'll see you next time.